For the second day in a row, severe storms hit north-central Wisconsin, causing untold damage.
The number of AIDS patients is on the rise here in Wisconsin.
Unemployment, economic conditions.
Homeless people and unemployment.
Maybe the domestic abuse problem.
The death of a child is always untimely, and when a young person commits suicide, that death seems especially tragic.
Alcohol, drug abuse.
Young people not having enough to do.
CW closing and freeway, you know, there's people out there really need help.
Drug abuse, illiteracy, homelessness, lack of adequate services for the young and elderly. In a country like ours, it seems like these problems just shouldn't exist, but we know all too well that they do. And you want to help, but it's hard to figure out just what you can do. Today, there are so many different groups and ways to help. How do you really know that the time and money you give is really making a difference? Well, that's what I want to talk to you about today. I'm J.D. Michaels, and I'm a United Way volunteer because I believe United Way is the best way we can work together to solve our toughest community problems. This is how United Way works in Southwood County and across America.
Well, United Way to me is helping like cerebral palsy or the people that are handicapped that can't afford to get help.
But I guess I usually think of them more as with people who are, I guess, sick and in need.
And I think there are a lot of funds that are available for like child care for those that can't pay.
It's people volunteering to help reach the community's needs.
I'm sure you've heard of United Way, but you may not be familiar with how United Way actually works. Most of us think of United Way as a charity, and in a sense that's right because it raises money for charitable programs. But United Way is more than just a fundraising organization. It's a system that brings the entire community together to help people. The United Way system has been part of American life for over 100 years, and nearly 50 years in Southwood County. Whether it was called the Community Chest or United Fund, it has always been based on the same basic principle, that united, we're stronger than we can ever be alone. It's really a simple and effective concept. Each year, United Way runs a campaign to raise money for community needs. In Southwood County, people from all walks of life volunteer their time to look at the needs of the entire community. Then, based on those needs, your dollars go to support agencies and programs that make a real difference in the lives of local people. Daycare for dependent adults. Transportation for the disabled. Assistance and guidance to help low-income families become more self-sufficient. Shelter and counseling for abuse families. Programs and activities to provide positive direction for our children. Life-saving skills and disaster relief. Nutritious meals and a friendly visit for the elderly and disabled. One-on-one literacy training. Counseling for alcohol and other drug abuse. And the many other United Way services that depend upon your help and support. You give to United Way. United Way funds a wide range of vital programs and services. And these programs help people here in Southwood County all year long.
Oh, I definitely have a better idea of who United Way helps.
You know, now I know I'm getting more and more involved, and it's really worth it.
I just can't believe how many wonderful things they're doing in this community for people. I just didn't realize. It's so worthwhile.
You know that United Way helps strengthen our community, but you might wonder how effective it is. After all, United Way is a pretty big organization. How can you be sure that your money really goes to these services? Well, the fact is, just about every town and city has its own United Way. And each individual United Way is a relatively small organization with a minimum of staff. That's because much of the work is done by volunteers, people like you, and that keeps overhead costs way down. In fact, United Way is one of the most effective charitable groups in the country and the world, getting the most out of your contribution to solve today's problems.
And I know that the contributions of the community through United Way are really the difference between having effective programs and really no programs at all.
Well, it helps the youth. It helps the abuse victims. It helps the older people in their meals, their transportation.
It's one drive serving many agencies.
Oh, gosh. It helps the local people pull themselves up by their bootstraps, gives them that helping hand.
So we know how the United Way system works and that it's efficient. But how can you be sure that United Way is making a real impact on problems in Southwood County? Let me show you just one example.
Julie is in her mid-20s and has spent her entire life in a wheelchair. Through your contributions, she's helped by 4 United Way agencies: the Association for All Handicapped Citizens, the YMCA, Wheels of Independence, and Mid-State Epilepsy Association.
I have spina bifida. It's where you're paralyzed from the waist down. I am subject to epilepsy, but it is controlled with medication. Yes, and I do have a job. I work at the Opportunity Development Center in Wisconsin Rapids. I enjoy my work very much. I like to interact with the people at work. I work on the computer doing data entry, such as making mailing lists. I do various amount of jobs. Whatever they have me do, I do it. I train at the YMCA for the Special Olympics with the shot put and wheelchair races. Every Tuesday morning I volunteer at Family Heritage Nursing Home. I enjoy that really a lot. You meet a lot of interesting people there. I just talk to them so they don't get sad and want to go home, because Family Heritage is their home. Volunteering is part of my life right now, and I don't want to give it up. I may have in the past felt like I want to give it up, but there's a lot of people, if I don't visit with them, they are upset. They like to see me. They look forward to my visits. I don't remember when it was, but once I got so angry, I started crying and I wished I could walk like everyone else can. I wish other people could be in my position and see what it's like to not be able to walk. I just plain don't like being in this wheelchair, but God put me in this wheelchair for a purpose, and I've got to stay in this. I've got a job, I've got places that I can go, some that aren't really wheelchair accessible, but I still go. I've got friends. I do receive help from the United Way agency and the Mid-State Epilepsy Association and Wheels of Independence, which takes me back and forth from work to home to Family Heritage, Association for All Handicapped Citizens dances. They sponsor the dances that I go to. Every Tuesday night when there's not a dance, I train at the YMCA for the Special Olympics. Well, without Wheels of Independence, I couldn't get back and forth from work to home. Mid-State Epilepsy Association, I mean, if I wasn't taking my medications, or I'd have seizures again. And I just know that all the agencies help a lot.
A person in need getting help, a problem solved. You may not hear about it on the evening news, but it's your support of the United Way that makes stories like these happen every day. That's really what United Way is all about. Not a lot of hype or glitz, but a system that works steadily and quietly 365 days a year. So if you've ever wondered how you can use your time and money to help people in need, now you know one of the best ways, the United Way. A way to give, a way to care. And from all the people you give help and hope, thank you.
And I know if I give to United Way, I'm giving to all the needs of all the people in our community.
My husband also contributes to the United Way. We both contribute through payroll deductions.
I contribute bi-weekly to my paycheck. Do I give to the United Way? Absolutely I give. You know,
I myself am going to increase what I give.